Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look at another problem from 26, integration by completing the square method. So, I guess by now you're familiar with the technique as a mathematics student. Immediately you see a problem for integration by part, take your time to interpret it, go to your formula sheet, page number 4, look for a possible formula that can help you handle this. So, looking at my problem, I'm going straight to my formula sheet, my possible formulas, the integral of dx on the square root of a square minus b square x squared being equal to 1b, the arc sine of bx over a plus c. Then the next possible formula is the integral of dx on the square root of b square x squared plus negative a squared equal to 1 over b, the mean of bx plus the square root of b square x squared plus the negative a squared plus. So those are the possible formulas, and they might look like two formulas, but for this type of problem we actually have three, because you can see there is a plus negative here, which means you can write the whole of this formula using only a positive sign, or using plus negative, or a negative sign, or using plus negative. So with this type of a problem, there are actually three possible formulas from our mathematics N6 formula sheet, page number 4. So we're now going to go through our procedure, take our time, complete the square, and then see where it leads us. So if it leads us to any of the formulas, then that is where we settle. So I'm taking my time to copy down the quadratic in order: 2x squared plus 3x minus 6. So the quadratic is already arranged in order. Since this is not an equation, you can see it's not equated to anything like 0 or 1. It means my first step is to take out the equation of x squared, which happens to be 2, as a common factor from everything. So this is how I'll do it. I'll put down my 2, I open a square bracket. Then what I put in here, I get it by taking 2x squared, I divide by 2, that will give me an x squared. Then I take 3x, I divide by 2, that will give me 3 over 2x. Then I take negative 6, I divide by 2, that gives me negative 5. So that's my first step. Now I'll complete the square of a quadratic in the square bracket. So to complete the square, you write down your quadratic term and your linear term exactly the way you see it. Then you take half the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is that number in front of x. Half of it means you multiply that number by a half. That gives us 3 over 4. You then square that 3 over 4, add it, and then you subtract it. Before you write the constant term, negative 5. That way you say you've completed the square. So that complete square is hidden in the first 3 terms in your square bracket. So you see the first 3 terms, they have the complete square. So to write down the complete square, you go into those first 3 terms, you only target the 2 with squares, the x in front of 2, you bring them down, so you take x, and I take 3 over 4, and 3 over 2, I put a small bracket on it, and put a square on it, that gives me the complete square, which means the item I've written in here is the same thing as the 3 items there. And if we take our time and take x plus 3 over 4, multiply by another x plus 3 over 4, take our term and expand, it must return us to 2. So, whatever is left, you have to use your calculator to help you manipulate it for you. What is left is negative in bracket 3 over 4 squared minus 4. So 3 over 4 squared is 9 over 16. So I'm taking negative 3 minus 9 over 16. That gives me negative 57 over 16. So this takes me to negative 57 on 16. So that's where we have arrived up to so far. I'll just transfer it from here. So we are getting 2 into x plus 3 over 4 square minus 57 over 16. Then from here, we go to the most important part, which is the part that will help us make a choice between the two formulas. So that part we have to now allow the constant out to get into the square bracket while looking at the arrangement, which one doesn't match. So considering the fact that this number is positive, you see if we get into the square bracket, it will not be able to get into the smaller bracket because this is a complete square, it will stay out here. And that, if it stays out here and you try to match it to the two formulas, you see that it's matching the first one because the first one allows the term in x squared to come first on condition that the number, its coefficient, must be a positive number. So now that we are seeing a positive number there, it means if we open this bracket, we can get our 2 there, bracket x plus 3 over 4, or that square, and if this 2 multiplies there, it gets 57 over 8. So this time, after completing the square, our problem has picked the second formula because the arrangement is a perfect match. So when you open the square bracket, what you have here, you don't need to force it. It has to pick the first formula or the second. So here, you can't go for the first formula because with the first formula, your term in x squared must be the second term. The term without x squared comes first. Look at it in this arrangement, the term with x is coming first, and you can't force this one to come in front because it will go in with a negative sign, which is a contradiction. So this term is positive. So we can't say negative 57 over 8 will come first because it will match. So that is how it is. So in this case, we are now settling for the second formula. So since it's a perfect match, it therefore means that the item that is in the equation of x squared will be matched to a b squared. So your x will be replaced by x plus 3 over 4. And now the text will go to another important part. Remember, I said this formula is actually not one formula, they are 2 in 1. So whatever sign you have here is what you will use there. So now that our problem is having a negative sign, therefore means when I'm bringing this problem, I will drop all the positive signs. So it means I'm having negative a squared there. So that's what we have. So therefore, what are we saying? If b squared is equal to 2, that means our b is equal to the root of 2. And for this special formula, there is no need looking for a because you see, the right hand side does not have a, it only has a squared. So if you are dealing with this formula, you just need to look for the meaning of b since it appears here and also appear there. So I can then do the normal thing I will usually do by copying the formula from my formula sheet because I have 2 options. I've now settled for this after completing the square. So I'll copy the right one that I will settle for. Then I'll just do my replacement from left to right. So now if I'm copying this, I must remember that the way my formula was picked up, dropped the positive sign. So I'm no longer going to use the positive sign. So the correct formula for me is the one with the negative. So if it goes to the right hand side, it will be the mean of bx plus the square root of b squared x squared minus a squared plus c. So I will no longer be using plus negative because after completing the square, it picked the negative sign. So that is it. So from here, I'm now going to replace from left to right my b squared by 2, my x by x plus 3 over 4, my a squared 57 over 8, and my b by 2, and that will be the end of the story. So I have dx there, the square root of b squared, as you can see, b squared is 2, where there is x, I'm taking x plus 3 over 4, or the square, it should be followed by a negative sign. Then my a squared is 57 on 8. So I'm done with the left hand side. If I go to the right, I need 1 over b. My b is 2. Then the mean of b again is 2. H times cx, I'm using x plus 3 over 4. X plus 3 over 4. This time, there's another square, then plus the square root of whatever I'm writing 8. And I close my bracket and I put a plus. So this is how easy it looks. So you see that in computing the square, it's all about looking at the problem, the way it is written. You go to page 4 of the formula sheet that condenses student, pick a possible formula, then when you complete the square, it will help you choose the correct one. I've also told you that there is another option of computing the square. For students who are struggling with this procedure, you must be forced to memorize this formula, which if you can memorize it, all you need to do is substitute the values of A, B, and C into this formula. Then you move it from here straight to this point. So if I can replace my A by 2, my B by 3, my C by -6 into this formula, it takes me straight away there. Then all I need to do is match it to the formulas, then I pick my formula. So we all know the challenges here. Make sure you capture the formula right. And also, just to re-emphasize, if there was a number, maybe up there, like a 7, it doesn't affect the way you complete the square. If you do your computing the square procedure, the same you get here, then when you copy down your formula, you replace, since there is a 7 at the numerator, you just simply come to the final answer.